No vendor are the same. You never know who you will come in contact with at the market. A Texas girl in the Beehive State.
So I'm originally from West Texas, middle of nowhere. So I've been in the pet industry for 5 years now.
Pet grooming is unregulated, no standard.
And now I have 2 grooming salons.
She's on a mission to show what pet grooming can be and should be.
The grooming industry is not regulated like hairstylists are, so you don't need.
Today we're with Tasha, one of the co-owner of Positively Poultry as natural pets nutrition. Yes, homemade. Well,
All natural,
homemade, all natural made.
Holistic health and wellness.
And can you tell your story? I know you're a small business of many.
Yes.
Tell me your story.
So I'm originally from West Texas, middle of nowhere.
West Texas. Yeah. You know what they say about Texas, right?
Everything's bigger there.
Yes, and where men can be free.
He's not free anymore.
There you go, right?
But so we moved here to Utah last year to be closer to my stepkids. I started grooming 5 years ago. I've been in the pet industry for 5 years now. We moved here and I was not going to groom. I wasn't going to be involved in pets anymore. We bought a local franchise and was just going to kind of stick with that and kind of lay low and just relax and enjoy life. But I got real, I miss the pets. So we decided that I was going to start grooming again. I started mobile grooming. And we were dealing with a whole issue with my dog for almost 2 years. She had an allergic reaction that we couldn't get rid of. We went to vet visit and vet visit and vet visit. Thousands of dollars out the window.
I know, right? We're going to go broke one day.
Yeah. And we still couldn't figure out what it was that was going on with her. And then I found this company, Paw Tree, and I switched over everything. It's all natural, all holistic. And within just a week or 2, we noticed a tremendous change in the allergic reaction. She started growing her hair back and the redness had gone down. And it was just night and day of the kind of reaction we had with the products we were using. And so I decided to bring the company in with my grooming business that I had. And so we partnered with them, and now I have 2 grooming salons, and we have the local franchise still, and I do the pet health and wellness alongside of all of it.
Wow. I don't know what should I call you. What are you? You're a mom, business owner, and you go to market on Saturday. You're a superwoman or something?
My husband would say that. But we work probably 6 to 7 days a week. In our businesses, making sure that all is well, and I love every second of it.
So let's focus on the grooming business. Is it a mobile grooming or do you have physical location?
I have both. So in the salon, I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm taking care of my salon clients, and then Thursdays and some Fridays, I'm mobile grooming, and then some other Fridays, Saturday and Sundays, I'm out at markets.
Okay. And how did you learn how to groom? Did you do that as a kid and you ended up starting a business?
No. So I originally started with pet sitting, and then it kind of transitioned into grooming. I went to a salon that taught me how to groom. The grooming industry is not regulated like hairstylists are, so you don't need licensing. So unfortunately, pretty much anybody can pick up a pair of clippers and say they're a dog groomer. But I've been grooming for 4 years now. And it's a practice. You learn under somebody that's willing to teach you the safety, and you continue to learn. Education is just a continuous thing. You never stop learning.
I know a lot of pet owners, they get frustrated with how expensive it is to take the pet to the groomer. And because each kind of dog is a different price, and it's all over the place, and there's a wait list. Why is it so expensive for dog to get groomed? What is your take on that?
So I can agree that prices have drastically changed over the last 50 years for grooming. It's 1, education, 2, experience, 3, it's a safety thing, and learning more about the dog, because anybody can bathe and brush a dog. But when you get down to you're using $500 pair of clippers that the blade costs $50 on it, and maintenance on that is pretty high. You have to get everything sharpened and maintained regularly to make sure that the product and equipment you're using on the pets are not dulled down, so that way you don't accidentally hurt a dog, you don't cut a dog. And that comes with practice and knowledge of how to physically manipulate the dog's body to where you're not going to injure them. You're pulling their legs out within range of motion. You're not pulling them out this way where their legs you're going to hurt them. They're going to fight you and yank something or break something. Some dogs are biters, some are easygoing. It's just knowing the pet in general and how to work with the dog, and it takes a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. It's not an easy skill to know and learn.
And I think that's true. There's a company called Sinhorn. Have you ever heard of those guys?
I have heard of Scent Hound.
Yeah, I think the way they do their stuff is they have a membership, but they don't cut anything. They just give the bath and that's it pretty much.
Yeah.
And then if you want the cut, the grooming, they charge you extra.
Yeah.
I believe the reason I read the website, the reason they do that, they say, well, not every dog need to be groomed and, all of those stuff. But anyway, that's what I heard from those guys.
Yeah.
And what is the future? Do you think eventually they're going to regulate the dog grooming industry?
I hope so. And
well, big government now, they're going to get into everybody's business now.
There's two sides of it. I hope that the grooming industry gets regulated to the point to where not anybody can just pick up a pair of clippers and say that they're a groomer, because that can be unsafe for the pets and the pet parents. Grooming regulation will also make sure that people that are groomers are held to a higher standard of regulations, cleanliness, and knowledge. That is the pro side of making sure that the business in the industry as a whole gets regulated. The downside is yes, then the government and everybody else, the state, are involved in what we're doing, which it has its pros and its cons to itself.
I know same thing when it comes with the hair industry, because there's a lot of different texture of hair.
Yes.
Especially with African American, they do braids.
Yes.
Because in beauty school, you don't learn how to do braids. And I think there was some controversial about that. Should they be regulated or not? Because you don't learn that. But anyway.
That's part of continuing education, though, is that school teaches you pretty much the basics of things. And then if you want to specialize or you really want to hone in on one particular service, so like in the grooming industries, doodles are notoriously more populated now. There's more doodles in nowadays, and so there's some groomers that only groom doodles because they have learned everything they can about the different coats and textures, behaviors, all of those types of things, and they specialize there. There's some groomers that will not take doodles because they just prefer not to go down that avenue. So braids is something that you have to continue your education in learning how to do.
I know when it comes with the pets grooming industry, especially here in town, I feel like there's a lot of mom and pop that do it in the basement. And with that, there's some risks. I don't know if they have licensing, anything like that. I think that's part of the risk, that people want cheap stuff, but at the same time, we have to make sure that those people are taking accountability for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's gonna drive small business out of town if this thing were to get regulated?
Absolutely not. So I'm a small business. I'm the only groomer in both of my mobile and my physical salon. Only groomer. My husband helps me bathe dogs, but as a solo groomer, I think that it just holds us to a higher standard and make sure that what we're practicing and what we're doing with the pets is safer. I think more the hobby groomers, it might hurt, but if you're a business, you're licensed, you have your LLC, you have your insurance, those types of things, the regulation isn't going to really hurt them as an overall. It'll more benefit us. Yes.
I see. And what's the future for your business? Do you want to open more location, or what's the goal?
Yeah, so the goal is, I think, just like any other entrepreneur, we want to grow and expand. And with that is the ability to help more pets and more pet parents. With the pet health and wellness, there's tons of dogs out there that have issues that we think are normal everyday issues, like eating poop or being a picky eater or those kinds of things. You don't necessarily have to, it doesn't have to be a thing in your day to day life. And educating pets, and the more we expand, the more we can find more pet parents that need our help, and we can keep the dog safe and healthy and happy.
Last question regarding the pet, the vet clinic. Those guys are expensive,
Yeah.
and the insurance most of the time doesn't even cover what they say they were gonna cover.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take on that? Because some people say, "Yo, you gotta get insurance if you have a pet," but I feel like a lot of time you just paying this $50 a month, $40 a month, and when you take your dog to the pets, they don't. Oh well, this insurance doesn't cover this. What is the solution?
So I think this is very person to person based. I think insurance is a good thing, just like a home and auto insurance. You don't really need it until you need it. Pet health insurance is more for like an emergency. Your pet gets into something, they have to have a surgery, or they need something along those lines. What we do is help keep the pet healthy before they ever go down the road of needing to be in the vet for something like joints. We preventative maintenance on that. Proactive care is really what we're after. And then you work in with the vet to maintain, to make sure the dog stays healthy, where the pet insurance will also help with pay for regular visits, to checkups, those types of things. It's not meant like our health insurance to cover everything. It is kind of helping fill the gaps. And in the event that you have something more dramatic or catastrophic happen with a pet, that's where the pet insurance comes in. And at that, it's also a supplement to help cover things, not necessarily cover everything.
Thank you. And what is your business name, website, location? Do you want to say it?
Yeah, so my company name, the mobile dog grooming, is Positively Healthy Pets, and that's where we do all of the mobiles. The physical salon is Grand Dog Grooming. That's where people bring their pets in, and then we just incorporate the paw tree into both businesses. It can all be found at granddoggrooming.com or positivelyhealthypets.com.
And if they go to your website, they can click on the link to get you that supplies, and you can get credit for that, right?
Yeah. So once you create an account with me, you're forever linked with me unless you decide you no longer want to be. So if you create an account with my business, and then 5 years down the road, you want to come back to Paw Tree, it'll automatically keep you linked with me, unless we reach out and say otherwise.
All right. Thank you, and good luck today.
Thank you so much.